Hello! Welcome to the 4th month of the Build in a Week series, where I, Flip, build something in a week. Every month we will have a new theme for our builds. This month we will be building a modern house. Real quick, I just want to clarify that this is not a tutorial series on how to build these exact builds, but my thought process when building them. My goal with this series is to get better at building by building as often as I can, and hopefully you can take some tips out of this video, or maybe you have ideas on how I can improve, which I would love for you to leave in the comments. Now, let's jump in. The first thing I did was plan out the shape of the house and the rooms inside with white concrete. This way I could make sure each floor had at least 4 blocks of height and each room was a good size. This is what the main shape of the exterior of our house will look like. Next I moved on to planning the walls and room sizes inside. Let past me show you around. The main entrance is up these stairs and through this doorway. Right in here I'm going to have a foyer with a nice rug on the floor. This big main room is going to be the living/sitting room with some couches and a TV where those 4 blocks are. In here is going to be one of the bedrooms. This is going to be a small balcony, and that little room will be another bedroom. Moving downstairs, we will have a little closet, the garage, and the kitchen. Keep in mind some of the layout may have changed when I came back through to do the interior later on. This was just a quick mock-up of how I thought I wanted to lay out the rooms, and it helped a lot with making sure all of the rooms were a good size for what I wanted to use them for. Hello! While I'm doing the exterior, I wanted to talk to you about some of the decisions I am making while building this. When looking at my reference photos, some of the major things I noticed and tried to copy were the lips that often hung over windows and walls, which you will see me add in a couple of places. Another thing was how a lot of the buildings felt very modulated, as in there were a lot of boxy sections that were different colors and were pushed into or out of the building more, which gave the Minecraft builds I saw more depth, including mine in the places I used that. From here on, I'm just going to improvise a bit while this plays. So I've got a few topics. The first one is this style of video. So obviously this video is a little bit different from some of the videos I've made in the past, and I wanted to ask if you guys like this. It is this way because I did lose all of my microphone audio. I don't know exactly what happened in the first half. In the second half, my headphones weren't turned on, so my microphone wasn't connected. Hopefully that won't happen again. But yeah, so I didn't have any of my microphone audio for pretty much the entire video. The tour I recorded after, just while I was editing, and all these voiceovers I'm recording while editing, stuff like that. So yeah, pretty much everything is post-building. So yeah, let me know if you like this more than my other videos. I would also like to hear if you guys like me talking over the time-lapse, if you would rather me just play some music or something. And then there's a kind of a long section when I'm doing the interior, and I would love to know if you guys think that was too long or will be too long. It's in a couple minutes. So yeah, just let me know. Any kind of feedback is greatly appreciated. Oh yeah, so last week in my video I said there'd be a video next week, but it's gonna be this week and then the 3rd week of August. I hope that makes sense. It probably doesn't matter much to you guys, but I just want to say that. Oh yeah, I did this little square here because I thought that the box bit on top didn't look very supported, and I wanted to put a kitchen sink window thing there anyways, so I just thought it'd be a nice frame. Kind of run out of topics to ask. Oh, you know what? So last month I did 2 thumbnails with shaders on, and I was kind of wondering if anyone didn't like that. I thought that they looked cool, but it almost felt kind of dishonest to use shaders on the thumbnail because it makes builds look a whole lot better. So I was wondering if anyone had any thoughts on that, if you wanted to share. Most people don't really comment, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking to myself. That would be kind of sad. Not really though, I don't care. I make these for fun, not really for people to watch, so I mean, you know. But yeah, I did those stripes there because the entryway kind of goes into the house at that point, so I couldn't have the window go all the way over, and you know, it just looked better that way. They'll come back in a second. Oh yeah, I sped this part way up because I got distracted and I just kind of sat there for a long time. So that got kind of sped up there. I don't know if you even noticed, but yeah. Alright, the time lapse is basically done, so I'm just gonna go for now. Alright, enjoy the rest of the video. Goodbye. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, I should go now. Bye. Hello! So, as you can see, we're pretty much finished. And let me show you around. So, first off, let's get a good look at the exterior. Looking pretty much the same as when I left you from that time lapse. And yeah, so let's go inside. So there are some things that I changed since we did the little thing that I did just now. And I will show you around them. And this way you'll get a good view of the house as well. So I did put buttons on this, and I think it looks pretty cool, especially if you go like right here. The doorway just looks, I like how it looks. Okay. Now let's head inside. So we got this rug. I'm not really sure exactly what I was trying to do, but it was kind of like supposed to be a gradient. I don't know. I think it looks modern, so good enough. Got our painting here. Nice big windows, as every house needs. And then we've got our sitting room. I've added paintings, plenty of lights, very bright space. We've got our cushions on our couch, which just banners under here. And the TV. And this is supposed to be a speaker. It doesn't really look like a speaker. I just wanted to put something here. Maybe it would help if well, that marginally helped. I just added buttons to it. Alright, moving on. That's the sitting room. The first room in this hallway is going to be this bedroom right here. It's a little cramped, as you can see. I can't really get up on the bed without crouching if I go that way. But I can come around and then come up. So, yeah, it's a little small, but I think it's cute. And it looks a little empty. I imagine this would be the guest room. Because it's very kind of plain, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it's got a nice view of that thing and the balcony. Alright, let's go next up, down the hallway, we've got the door out to the balcony. And I think this turned out really well. I'm actually going to fly for this one. So we've got our overhang thing, the little roof thing made of just burnt out campfires, which you do with a shovel, in case you didn't know. They look great for a lot of things. I really love using them for things like this, roofs, but they also work really well as like a dock or just a little path or something. Next up, we got these little sun chairs that you could lay back on, relax. I put shutters out here, and then these have got some plants, a little bamboo. If you didn't know this, the screen texture changed recently, so it's a lot less clear now. It's very visible, which really sucks because it's super useful for a lot of building things like this, keeping plants from growing, but also a lot of people use it to keep snow off their builds and all sorts of things. So it does really suck that that happened. Hopefully they'll change it back at some point, but if not, I think I'll end up downloading a data pack because that is really annoying. Anyways, moving on. We've got this gray bedroom. They've got like a diary or something on the side and some plants in here. I added a little carpet at the edge, and that's kind of it. They've got nice big windows here as well. Just like every other room though. And yeah, it's pretty cute, I think. Alright, so moving on downstairs. We've got, first off, we got this rug. And I thought it would be kind of fun if I used a different color than the coral up here, the way I did it was with light gray, which matches the coral a lot better. But I thought it might be fun if they were a different color. I think it looks cool. I think I would stick to the light gray from now on though, because I do think that it makes it look more like coral. Versus up here, it's a little easier to suspend your disbelief, I think. Yeah. I still think it looks good. And then we've got lamp, little flower, this cabinet, just some shelving with some barrels on it. I think it looks good. And then in here is one of the other bedrooms. So this is going to be like, I don't know, it's a bedroom. But it's got like a lot more greenery. It's a bit warmer toned than the other bedrooms, so it feels a little bit more homey, I think. And then we've got our modern touches with like the lamps and this shelf and like the white furniture and stuff like that. And then in here we've got some paintings with the light over them. This is because under here is where I have the banners, but I don't, it looks kind of cool. It looks like it'd be functional in some way, so it's just kind of there. I have this empty space because I wasn't really sure what to do with this area. You can leave a comment if you have any idea, and I can add it in the next episode, because we're going to be working on like outside stuff next episode, but I can always drop in here and add stuff. But yeah, this area is kind of empty for now, but it's not a particularly bad thing. I think it still looks good. And I ended up changing this because I think it adds a good barrier between like this hallway with the bedrooms on it and the cabinet and the kitchen, which has the tiles. And yeah, there's some like food here and flowers and stuff. Got our little fridge, some stoves, and the hood up here, and like barrels for cabinet space, food storage space, the sink, and then into the garage where I've got this doohickey. I don't know if it does anything. It might like lower the garage door or something, but I think it looks cool, functional. Those are just hooks for like clothes. I guess there wouldn't really be clothes in here. I don't know. They're hooks for stuff. And there's whatever this is. I don't know. This is supposed to be like a bike of some sort. It didn't really turn out that way because I did build this at like 2 a.m. So, but I mean, it looks good when you zoom out. It looks weird when you're standing next to it. I mean, I guess it kind of looks like I'm riding it. This. There. I don't know. Alright, and then... Yes. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the tour. If you want to look on the roof, it doesn't look bad. It's just plain. I didn't really know anything that would go up here. It's kind of just a roof. So, this is what it looks like. The main view is like down here anyways, so, you know, whatever. Alright, so, since we're finished now with the tour, let me tell you what we're doing next week. So next week we're gonna be building, I think I'm gonna do like a pool. We're gonna be putting in plenty of plants around the outside. I'm wanting to put in trees, maybe a little garden on one side. A pool, like I just said, would be pretty cool, especially if I went under the balcony. So then you could theoretically jump off the balcony into the pool. And yeah, I'm also going to put like a property fence. You'll see. We'll do it. You'll see next week if you come back. And yeah, I've got plenty of ideas for that. It'll be pretty cool. Like I said, if you have any ideas for how I can make stuff better, let me know in the comments. I should be able to add some stuff next week if you think of anything cool. Alright, as always, if you enjoyed the episode, like, comment, subscribe, whatever. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week, hopefully. Alrighty then. Bye!